I'm sorry, this is just I totally forgot about this. I gotta show you guys this horrid meme. This absolute boomer meme that came flying out of a CNBC. Holy crap, this is terrible. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this. Everyone pay attention for 1 second. Biden defines $400,000 a year as wealthy. In big cities, it only makes you upper middle class. $400,000 a year. $400,000 only makes you upper middle class. Get out of my face, bro. I'm busy. Key points. Here's what that buys you in a big city. You think you'd be okay with $400K a year? I think I'd be okay with $400,000 a year too. I'd be very happy with $400,000 because right now $10,000, not $10,000 a year, but like $30,000 a year right now sounds like a lot of money. I'm like, wow, I'm rich, and he's talking about $400,000. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden says his tax hikes would only affect the wealthy. He defines wealthy as those who make over $400,000 a year. That's a lot of money. A little under $500,000 a year. That's you're big ballin', okay? You're doing pretty well for yourself. By national measures, those making $400,000 a year belong to a ratified group. They represent the top 1.8%. They're the top 1%. They are the 1%. Yeah, whoever wrote this article is making at least $1 million a year. And they're like, bro, quit, bro. Don't waste my taxes. This is the type of stuff that you're going to see when we go further into the future and more progressive policies are going to be bigger. Rich people complaining about how hurt they are when people call them wealthy and how we need to tax them more. Of taxpayers earning about 25% of the nation's income, despite making up 1.8% of the taxpayers. People making over $400,000 a year make up 1/4 of the nation's income. But they're not wealthy though. But according to a financial planning analysis, families making $400K a year aren't exactly living large, especially in major cities. How did this get published? What is this? This is in Wealth. This is in the Wealth section by Robert Frank. Where are you? Who the fuck is this guy? This is Robert Frank. Can we look this guy up? Can we find his net worth? Oh, he just writes about rich people. Robert Frank? Yeah, that's not the right guy. Different dude entirely. Something tells me this isn't the right Robert Frank that we're looking for. But according to a financial planning analysis, families making $400,000 a year aren't exactly living large, especially in major cities. A family of 4 with $400,000 a year in income is likely to drive a Toyota, okay, and take staycations, then drive a limo and fly first class. Listen, no one's saying that if you make $400,000 a year, you're living like the Kardashians or something, but you're just making in the 1.8% of all people in this country. You're pretty rich. The humanity, the only thing that could be worse is being forced to drive a Honda. They drive how do I even work this thing? It's not even push to start. How do I start this thing? They're talking to the car, trying to make it turn on. They're like, I can't believe you guys live like this. Okay. $200 an hour? That's a lot of money. Cutoff is higher than $250,000 in income threshold proposed by Barack Obama in 2008 when he sought to raise taxes on the wealthy. The wealthy. Since Biden's plan largely is a largely marginal tax increase, taxpayers will only see tax hikes above $400,000. And those making slightly more than $400,000 will see small increases, but the bulk of the $4 trillion in added revenue from Biden's plan would come from the super earners making more than $1 million. Watch this guy. The next article this guy writes is that Biden wants to increase taxes on people making more than $100 million a year. But are they really wealthy? While only making up the 0.05% of tax income, you're more likely to be driving a limo than a Maserati. Come on, guys. You're more likely to be driving a Ferrari than a Lambo. Founder of the personal financial site Financial Samurai calculated what $400,000 gets a family of four in a high-cost city like New York, San Francisco, Boston, Los Angeles, San Diego, Washington, or Honolulu. Based on our expenses, a $400,000 household income provides for a relatively middle-class lifestyle. Oh, I got to hear what this means. Dogan said, a middle-class lifestyle is defined by owning a home, having two kids, saving for retirement, saving for college, going on modest vacations several weeks a year, and retiring in one's early 60s. So how many of you all can afford to go on vacations or staycations several weeks a year? Middle class in the 1950s. Oh yeah, definitely. Most people can't afford a $400 emergency. Talking about, I just drive my Toyota sedan, and I go on staycation several weeks a year. Okay. He said a family of four living in a high cost city, making $400K a year in income, can afford a $1.6 million mortgage on a $2 million home. He said that would make that have them be able to drive a mid-range vehicle like a Toyota Highlander. Can I take a look at this Toyota Highlander? I need to look at this real quick. Mid-range vehicle like a Toyota Highlander, and likely shop for clothing at the Gap rather than Gucci. Bro, he's like, yes, the poor people's store, the Gap. Yes. Oh yeah, we don't go on Gucci shop. We don't go Gucci shopping every week. I save that for every other week. Oh, we have a budget to maintain. Like, wow. Trump was right. Yeah, it was a small loan of $1 million. He heard small loan of $1 million, and he's like, yeah, middle class living. This is how it be. He's like, oh, I'm living a upper middle class lifestyle with my $1 million I got from my dad, just dropped in my bank account. He said a large chunk of the family's budget, $60,000 a year, will be eaten up by school and childcare. $60,000 a year on school and childcare? I don't have a kid. Wait a second. Families in elementary, middle, and high school children will spend an average of $696 a year per household on their pockets to get those kiddos ready for school. $700. You're paying for a family of two. You're paying for two kids. Why are you spending $30,000? We can close this. Why are you spending $30,000 a year on a kid? You're spending like the median income of your average, like, middle class person on a single kid for just school. Yeah, imagine someone's kid going to school for 5 times your yearly income. Amazing. They're not living it up for $400,000 a year. Public schools are free, but $60,000 a year is yeah, I think. Yeah, very, very poor people spending 60. If you can't make it, and that's the end. That's the end. That's it. That's it. That's the whole entire article. And then he puts this like little sheet here. 401k contribution, $39,000. Holy crap. As the income. Expenses. Daycare, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. as both parents are working, and they're married. Preschool, they're paying for like a preschool kid. Food for four, $65 a day on average, includes regular food delivery. Regular food delivery? What is? You guys don't spend $30,000 a year on your retirement? Come on, guys. What are you talking about? Charity. $3,000 a year on charity? $1,800 on personal care products. Clothes for 4 from Gap. $2,400 on clothes. Can you imagine spending $2,400 at Gap. Gap shirts are like $24. When I go to the Gap, okay, listen, because I go to the Gap sometimes. I have a Gap sweater. I go to the Gap sometimes. The Gap is not like your average clothes shopping place. I don't go clothes shopping at the Gap like that. $2,400 on clothes? Who has that money? Who? I'm genuinely curious. Link you this article here. I'll send it to you all in chat. This is incredible to me. I am blown away. Like a sweater at the Gap is like $60. I go shopping for one article of clothing like once every couple weeks at like the Gap or something like that. Wait, let me show you all. Last thing that I got, last like big clothing expense that I bought. I have it right here. This is the last big clothing expense that I bought. And this is a $60 jacket. It's a Guess jacket. It's a really nice jacket. It's real nice. It's a nice denim jacket. It's cool. It's cool. It's good. Cost me $60. Okay? I don't go shopping like that much. Okay? I'm not gonna buy a $60 jacket every month. That's incredible to me. That's wild. I don't have that kind of money. But apparently they just do. But I want to look through more of this budget, this balanced budget sheet. Car payments. I want to see this mortgage. Can you tell me the $1.6 million mortgage? I'd love to see this. Three vacations, 2 staycations, one $7,000. $7,000 on 3 vacations. 3% on a $1.6 million mortgage after putting $80,000 a year. $80,000. Wait, how much does your average home cost? It's $600,000. I can get a home in Manhattan for $600,000. Why are you spending $2 million on a home? Why'd they buy a $2 million home and get a $1.6 million mortgage? This is where your money is going. This is $34 my ass. $2 million home. You can buy a home in Manhattan, New York in 2020 for $600,000. They're living in a mansion. They're living in a mansion. They put them in a mansion, and they're like, yes, you don't spend the average $400,000 income household really can't spend that much money. Yes, in their $2 million home, they really live the average American lifestyle. Yes, indeed. Okay, shut the fuck up. I hate you. I hate all of you people. I hate all of you. Wow, that's incredible. Wait. Look at these monthly expenses. Look at these monthly expenses. I want to see this. What is this? $1,500 for childcare, $3,000 for childcare. Wow. Wait, what's for clothes? $150 for cell phone, $200 a month on Gap. Nice meme, dude. This is incredible. Entertainment, $3,600 on entertainment. $300 a month on entertainment. Netflix, museums, the zoo, getaways. But your average American middle class lifestyle, everyone, on display for you right here. Cocaine, dude. I don't even think cocaine is that expensive these days. Holy, the whole cocaine craze has like died down a little bit. I don't even think it's that expensive. How much? Holy shit, dude. That's incredible. Cocaine. What are you all doing? Truly the American dream. That's what every American lives like. Just so you know. If you don't know, now you know. Wow, that man is detached from all reality. All reality. He lives in no world meant for us plebeians. That's wild to me. Yeah, yeah. This is why we really need. That's why the rich are really pushing for those tax cuts after they pay for their $1.6 million mortgage on their $2 million home and spend $3,600 on Netflix, um, and other illicit drugs, $5,000 on Gap, and the like. They really need that tax cut to go on their fourth vacation for the year. Yeah, they really need it. Poor baby. Poor baby. Poor $400,000